Will we get a mega fight between Deontay Wilder and Francis Ngannou? I think, honestly, stylistically, that's a bigger fight than even Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou. Even the rematch, like, I wouldn't mind seeing the rematch, don't get me wrong. It was a very entertaining fight. Probably the best crossover fight. I would argue that Francis did way better. I think you guys would agree, too, that Francis did way better than even Conor McGregor did against Floyd. You know, he didn't get stopped. He had an argument that he won the fight. I was very impressed with Francis, but Deontay Wilder and Francis, man, that's a big fight. I think they got to make that fight next because these two are so explosive, so dangerous, and I really think that would produce an outcome of, you know, someone's probably going to go to sleep because Deontay Wilder, he does have that power. He has that one shot put you to sleep, but so does Francis, and I think Francis might even have, you know, better fundamentals within the sport of boxing than Deontay Wilder. Now, Deontay Wilder is getting trained by Malik Scott, so we'll see if, you know, the changes and adjustments are made, but we won't know until he gets in the ring. And I think against a guy like Francis, he might have his hands full against a guy who's so, you know, just as muscular, more muscular, and probably has better legs than Deontay Wilder does. I might even favor Francis Ngannou against Deontay Wilder. I think the thing is that Deontay Wilder, as long as he's in the fight, he's going to be dangerous, but can he last with a guy like Francis Ngannou, who's also as heavy, who's very physical, who, you know, lands short shots? But if he gets too close to Deontay Wilder and gets overconfident, that's when Deontay Wilder is at his most dangerous. And I think that's the mega fight that we need to see, is Deontay Wilder and Francis Ngannou. Don't get me wrong, Tyson Fury, great fighter, arguably the best heavyweight boxer of our generation, or at least the last decade. You could say that, but Deontay Wilder is right there, and Francis Ngannou, he was able to go 10 rounds with the champ. Like, that was crazy. And in the heavyweight division, that's not an easy task. And coming from MMA, usually the MMA guys have a harder time with their cardio within the sport of boxing. And we saw Francis get a little bit tired throughout the fight with Tyson Fury, but he was, you know, right back on it after, you know, he got a little winded midway through the fight and then turned that switch back on, and he was just, you know, pedal to the metal, all gas, no brakes. And I was very impressed with that. I thought that Francis was eventually going to gas out, but I was very impressed. And, you know, he passed the test with flying colors. Everyone was saying he was going to get stopped, he was going to get this and that. But I always say, you know, with the heavyweights, you never really know because these guys are a little bit slower, you know, and that's no secret. Everybody knows it. The heavyweights are slower, they hit harder, but they're not as quick on their feet, they're not as light on their feet. But Francis looked very light in there, and I think that's what was confusing Tyson Fury. He hadn't been in the ring against somebody who was so agile like Francis was, and who was, you know, not showing him any respect, and he was game the whole fight. So Francis Ngannou and Deontay Wilder, I think that's the mega fight I need to see. I don't really care for, you know, the rematch would be great. Don't get me wrong. I kind of want to see the rematch too, but I just know Deontay Wilder and Francis Ngannou would be a huge mega fight for the combat sports world. Deontay Wilder, the hardest hitting heavyweight that we've had, maybe of all time, but his fundamentals are questionable. And against a guy like Francis Ngannou, who has shown to have decent fundamentals, at least enough to go 10 rounds with one of the best of all time, against a guy like Deontay Wilder, who knows what's going to happen. He might end up outboxing and stopping Deontay Wilder. We don't even know. You know, anything's really possible. But man, that's a mega fight, Deontay Wilder and Francis Ngannou. You know, if Francis gained a lot of respect that night, his stock definitely rose, especially within the boxing world, and he honestly made the heavyweights in the sport of boxing look overrated, because he said, "Oh, that's your champion? I thought he was going to wipe the floor with me." He went 10 rounds and lost a split decision, not even a unanimous decision, a split. And, you know, a lot of people are going to argue that he won the fight. I think that Tyson Fury definitely did enough to win the fight. Either way, I wouldn't have been mad about it, but, you know, taking into account the fact that Francis Ngannou was able to knock down Tyson Fury in his own sport in his first boxing, you know, debut, it's crazy. Francis was very impressive on Saturday night. I was very impressed with, you know, everything he showed. I thought he was going to be all over the place. I thought his feet were going to be sloppy. I thought his punches were going to be lazy. But look, he was throwing straight, sharp shots that were short, direct, got to its destination when they needed, and he was applying the pressure and being physical, showing Tyson Fury no respect. And, you know, Tyson Fury tried all the extracurriculars. Actually, he was the one that elbowed Francis Ngannou, but Francis wasn't bothered. He said, "I'm used to that. I take that stuff all the time." And, you know, he continued, finished the fight, and I thought it was a really close one. And so much credit to Francis, and a lot of people are making excuses for Tyson Fury, like he didn't train this and that, but you got to hold him accountable at some point. You know, he almost got outboxed by Francis Ngannou and got dropped by him, so it wasn't a good look for Tyson Fury. Still a very talented fighter, but it makes you kind of question how skillful the heavyweight division is within the sport of boxing, you know, to a certain extent at least, because how can a guy from a different world, MMA, who is obviously taking into account he's a great striker, but to come into the sport of boxing, a completely different world than what he's been training from. He trains grappling as well, you know, the jiu-jitsu, and learns how to throw kicks, the wrestling. There's different aspects. Obviously, it's mixed martial arts. And then he comes into the sport of boxing where he can only throw hands, and he manages to drop Tyson Fury. That's a great accomplishment if you're Francis Ngannou. So it was a great fight, but I would love to see Deontay Wilder and Francis Ngannou get it on the ring. But, like, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Francis and Deontay Wilder, who you guys got in that one? Man, that's a 50-50 fight in my opinion. I think Francis might be able to outbox him, but Deontay always has that one-shot power that can end it all, even if Francis is ahead on the scorecards. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Deontay Wilder, Francis Ngannou, will it happen? And who would you guys, you know, pick for the winner in that fight? But thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. That's going to do it for another NASFight Media video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy, Matt Nabong, with another video. Hope you guys enjoyed it all. Thank you guys for the constant support. Salute to y'all always. It's been your boy.